Welcome back. It's your boy ETCW World Heavyweight Champion.
The world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
The Jersey Jackass B.C. Hit me up on all social media at Real Jackass B.C. RELJCKASS B.C. Almost forgot to spell it for you guys. Hey, I am once again joined by the one, the only, Quad X at Move the Joystick, MOVETHEJOYSTICK. That's a good little cadence there. I got that.
Yeah,
that wasn't bad.
That was better than the RELJCKASSBC.
I just forgot. I just started moving right along.
See, I think the problem is that this is your first show back from the UK. So, I don't know if it's maybe a little performance jet lag or what's going on.
Yeah, and my clock is still on London time.
Yeah.
So, a little behind the curtain, it's 9:30 at night. We're recording that here. So, my time is a little bit 3:30 in the morning is kind of where I'm at.
You need to go to bed.
I do need to go to bed. So,
see, that's the problem. This was your first trip to the UK. You don't really know how to deal with jet lag just yet.
Yeah.
So
my jet lag is normally New York back to Dallas.
Yeah, that's nothing. nothing compared to that. Yeah.
But hey, you know what? You and Rob did an amazing job last week.
Oh, that's so nice.
I watched a good little amount of the show. Not all of it, but I did watch some of it. You guys did good, man. It was I enjoyed it. I had some good opinions of it. It was a good episode last week.
It was a great episode. Yeah. It was a lot of good things, but I think this episode honestly was a lot better than I would say last week. There's a lot more that happened in this episode than I think in previous weeks. So I'm really excited to get into it. The episode was called teMpted.
Yep.
And the main storyline that followed the whole teMpted theme it had to do with your girl.
That's
Natalie
right.
Allen Lind.
Lauren, man. Lauren is... Yo, I'm not going to lie to you. I've been sitting here and I've always been about, hey, Lauren is the good guy in this. She is our hero. Yeah. She is our X-Men.
She's the light side.
Yeah, and little bro is the bad guy.
Right.
I kind of liked heel Lauren for a little bit.
She was great. And in the end of that episode, whenever suddenly she's just removing her powers, I was like, "Ooh, no!"
Yeah, and we'll get into that because that's gonna leave some. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but that still makes me think honestly, it's kind of like a hero situation, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever Peter Petrelli lost his powers, I was like, that's kind of lame. This was part of what made him such a badass, and I feel like it's the same thing with Lauren.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that in a little bit.
All right, so our flashback starts out with, what's the guy's name who leads the Morlocks? Erg. Yo, and also, real talk, since I wasn't there last week, we got to see his powers last week for the first time. He used them again this time.
Yeah.
And that was dope. When homie takes off the eye patch and just, I was like, oh, he just took out Thunder.
Yeah. Well, that was insane. And it's nice to know that he lost his eye because it became a gun.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah. So we got to see that, and then I guess he's immune to bullets.
Because he absorbs the impact, he absorbs things, and then spits it out through his eye. I guess it's kind of almost like Gambit in a way. Gambit kind of moves the energy into, so he doesn't really absorb it.
Gambit. I think if you think about a character that's like Gambit, it would be the guy that was part of the inner circle that I guess just died by the hands of Eclipse. He was more like Gambit because he had that explosive ability.
So we find out that, because last episode they were talking about how a human betrayed them and cost them a lot of lives.
Yeah. This week we got to see who that human was, and it turns out it was someone very close to Erg.
Yo, that was his girl, bro.
Yeah.
He was getting him some booty from a normie, and then boom, she done turned on him like that.
I know.
Which really leads to make me go, okay, so that really is why he does not trust humans at all.
Exactly.
Because the closest one to him basically led to their downfall.
Pretty much, yeah. And it was a really interesting dynamic to see what happened with these guys.
Yeah.
To see Erg feel vulnerable. Mm-hmm. This wasn't post-apocalyptic Erg that we saw. This was bro just got out of a Starbucks, is a bit of a hipster, Erg.
Yeah. He ain't apocalyptic pirate right now.
Yeah.
He just the
best line of this episode was,
really
the apocalyptic pirate. That's pretty great. Pretty great.
I am really loving Mom. Mom is spunky this year.
She's in her rhythm.
Yeah.
She did. I think after the first season, I think she finally figured out.
We had a lot of issues with her.
Lot of issues. Because I think they tried to shoehorn her into anything. Mm-hmm. And I think this season, we know who she is. Mm-hmm. We know what she's capable of. And this season, I especially in this episode, she's just a badass.
Yeah.
Like, whenever she showed the gun, she's like, I can take care of myself. I'm like, props.
I was kind of that's kind of that felt kind of cheesy to me, but it was yeah. All right, so anyway, episode starts out. Where do we start? I can't.
So after the erg,
after the flashback,
if I'm not mistaken, Lauren is dealing with the.
It goes right into Lauren dealing with being. Oh
no! It went to present day Morlocks. That's what happened. It went to present day Morlocks, and they were getting ready for a run. They were going to do a raid to get like a supply run.
That's right. And then Blink was like, "Yo, I'm going to go with y'all because I want to make up for lost time. It's time for me to help out a little bit."
What I was confused about. And maybe they said it, and maybe I just missed the line. But why didn't they just use a portal into that room? Well, I guess because she hadn't been there before.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, which, but then it was weird that she portals later. But so they're going to go on the run. Meanwhile, they get up there. They're kind of get their material and stuff, and all of a sudden the cops are there a lot quicker.
Yeah.
With some German shepherds.
Right. So I'm like, man, what silent alarm did they break?
Yeah.
They were like.
Because they was in there, and we're trying to get out quickly, but Eclipse's would-be booty call gets shot.
Yeah,
and she bleeding some gold.
She is.
So they got to go. They want to take her to the clinic, but Erg's like, nah, man, no humans. You ain't going to no clinic.
Right.
You go fix it with what you got. Blink ain't having it.
It actually turned out to be the smart idea to not go to a hospital or a clinic because the purifiers, we find
just
out
show up
on,
at places.
Show up, and they're like, I think I heard someone here. When? Now? Huh? Anyway.
So they go back. Blink says, I can't take it to a clinic. I'll bring clinic to you. I'm going to go get Mom, and I'm going to get Eclipse.
Yeah.
Because we need Eclipse's blood.
That was smart thinking too. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't think about that.
No.
That you would need a blood transfusion. So whenever she was like, "I have one more stop to make," I'm like, "That's weird."
I was wondering where they were going too, but then it's just, and then all of a sudden they're down in the tunnels. I'm like, "Oh, the stop was to get Eclipse." Why didn't that felt like a pointless transition there? Yeah. You could have just had Eclipse in the room with them.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't understand.
Like I need you and you. Like, let's go.
I guess maybe they were trying. It might have been like an overthinking part where the writers were like, "Well, why is Eclipse in the room?
Yeah.
Why is he there? What purpose could we have him be there? Oh, we should all go together. Whatever. Let's just go ahead and have him come join us."
You could have just gone. We need Marcos too. Sure.
Yeah, you could have done that.
Because I need to make another stop means like, oh, what are we getting into? What's going on?
Yeah, I was like, is she gonna see Thunderbird? Did she forget something at their apartment?
Honestly, my thought was. She needs a dog.
Yeah.
Because when I spoke to Jamie Chung, the dog was a very important thing to Blink.
That's right.
So, she just gonna leave the dog?
Clearly, because, we saw at the end that the dog and Thunderbird were cozying up to each other.
I mean, I get it because I'm not a dog person.
I love dogs. I love dogs more than I like people.
I hate both the same.
Damn.
But... Jamie Chung was really big on the dog.
Yeah.
So the fact that we just left the dog, that threw me off.
Yeah, it is a bit strange. I don't know how this divorce worked. What she was able to take. If maybe Thunderbird was like, you can leave, but you're leaving the dog.
I'm getting the dog.
Yeah.
So anyway, they take the Mom and Marcos down there. Right. We start doing it, and Erg's not having it.
No, not at all.
But he kind of just like, all right, fine, save the mutants. We got to save the mutants, so we do okay with that. And Mom, they start doing the blood transfusion. Mom's like, we got to go get this stuff at the old clinic we used to be at.
Yeah.
So they go up there, and like you were just saying, the purifier's just checking it out.
Yeah, it's like what, 5 minutes later, and suddenly it's like, I heard someone. When?
Why were you there?
Yeah,
like,
why are you there?
This thing looks like it's been abandoned forever.
Yeah.
Someone wrote rap on a door. Which I didn't know. I kept staring at that going, why is that the word you put up there?
I'm not quite sure. Maybe there was just their, creative expression, their artistic expression, where they're just like, I really like rap. I want people to know. I'm not going to tell you which rap or which artist I like, but rap. That's what I'm in.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought was weird. They show up. Mom shoots some people.
Yeah. It does.
We get our little machine working. We have a fun little moment between Erg and Mom.
Yeah.
Which I think was really good for character building there.
Yeah, well, it helped build trust between when the humans and the mutants. And, I mean, you see later on whenever she ultimately saves I guess. What are we going to call her? We're calling her what? Eclipse's booty call? Is that what she was saying?
Eclipse's girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Would-be booty call.
Would-be booty call. Yeah, we see then at the end that there's a nice little moment where she gets the M on her face.
And then like we have there where Erg's like, oh, so mutants worked here. She's like, nope.
Yep.
It was humans. Humans risking their life to save mutants. Because mutants are people and we're all people.
And Erg
And it's 2019 and you can't say that.
We're all people?
No, the whole humans versus mutants. All right, come on.
No,
come on. It's all one. We're people,
but
man.
we can all be people. That's okay. It's 2019. You can say we're people.
Exactly.
But like, Erg was a character that I don't think really had that much character development until this episode.
Yes.
We hadn't seen a whole lot. There wasn't really much of an arc for Erg. So I found it really interesting that this episode really focused, not totally, but there was a big focal point on him and his development. And for some reason, I feel like he's a more profound character than I think a majority of the characters in the show, which I don't know how that they could do that in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, and it is interesting because right before, because I didn't watch last week's episode until today. I watched it earlier today, and I was sitting there thinking, and that they're doing some stuff down with the Morlocks, and I'm like, they've really kind of not used the Morlocks.
Yeah, they hadn't really
well this year. Because when I thought of the Morlocks, I thought of they are the group that in the old X-Men anime series that Storm goes to be with in the sewers, right? Like that's them, right?
I don't remember if it was Storm, but I remember. Yeah, it was that was the Morlocks,
and they're all like weird mutants.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're the outcasts.
Banshee was down there.
Yeah.
And, okay, all right, that's what I thought, and I was like, I expected more from them, and then I watched last week's episode and this week's episode, and now we're really starting to get into a little bit more.
And I think Blink was that final connection to them. It's unfortunate that it took this long to actually, really capitalize on that. Now, I mean, we saw in the previews for next week that, the Morlocks might be in trouble. Mm-hmm. How that's all going to work out and what we see of the Morlocks moving forward is going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye out for. Yeah. But it is cool that we're finally getting into that.
So we have some fun, nice moments between Marcos and his girly girl.
Yeah.
Some fun little, she's on more. As soon as it came back from that commercial, I was like, yeah, she feeling good.
She was feeling
good. And
then,
then, seconds later, they're like, morphine. I was like, yep, she's feeling good. Yeah, I could use some morphine.
I always remember whenever it was The Simpsons and Homer Simpson was hurt or something, he was in surgery, and, they were constantly, he's like, hey, how about a little bit more of that morphine? It's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, man, morphine's good.
Morphine's the good stuff.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. Yeah. So Mom shows back up. We do some things. We make everything fine.
Yeah.
Everything's good. We get that awesome moment with the M. I thought for a moment I didn't realize he was marking it. I thought he was legitimately marking an M. I'm like, yo, Mom's gonna be branded from this point forward. Yeah. I get it in Predator with random people because it's an alien being what are you gonna do? But you're really just going to mark up Amy Ackler for the rest of the series?
Yeah, pretty much. You're a mutant now.
But no, it's just Coal.
Honestly, it looked like it was shoe polish, but it could have been anything.
I'm assuming coal, charcoal.
Something like that,
yeah. So, but I liked that moment. I thought it was a very good.
It was cool.
Yo.
You're one of us.
Okay, we get it.
You
cool.
Yeah.
All right, meanwhile, storyline B here, Polaris is still trying to figure out how to get to these guys.
Yeah, and she ultimately cuts herself in training. Which was, like, honestly, I'm like, really? You couldn't have figured out something else to do? Like, maybe when all the debris was being blown out, maybe you cut yourself then, and you're just like, got me, damn it. Okay, well, I gotta go real quick. But either way, so she ultimately goes and sneaks her way into homeboy wannabe Gambit's room.
Yeah, the crew who are trying to blow up a building, it looks like.
Yes.
And we find out later it's White House, Pentagon, everything.
And, all the government. Everything government related. Yeah, so, but suddenly, it seemed really quickly that the guy seemed to know that someone was in his room. He's like, yeah, my room was ransacked. How do you know that?
Well, they had a little throwaway line where he's like, I've been in the joint long enough, I know when people have been through my room.
Right.
Which I get, I know when anyone steps foot in here, I'm like, wait a minute, something's off. I can
Even
tell.
if it's like shuffling papers?
Yeah. Well, I'm so OCD that I have stuff. I make notes of where everything is and how it is when I leave.
Yeah, that could be him too. It just seemed odd to me because I was like, man, if I walk into my study and I see like my papers on my desk and they've been ruffled up, I won't know the difference.
Good to know. So, he seems he's like she's still trying to get buddy and figure out things. Apparently, as the daughter of Magneto, she can also hack computers.
Okay, yeah, so I had a problem with this, and I had this problem last week too. Whenever she uses her powers, her powers of magnetism, on technology.
Yeah.
She did it first with the cell phone, and that really bothered me. I should have talked about it last week, but it really bothered me.
But what'd she do with the cell phone?
She had the cell phone in, like, the air duct.
Yeah.
And then she used her magnetic powers to bring it to her. And I'm like,
that's so bad. Like,
that cell phone should not have any contacts. That cell phone should not be able to work. Because, again, magnets don't help technology. It screws up everything. So then you look now with this one where she goes to a tower. It's like if I went and used magnetic powers on your laptop, you would lose everything. Your whole thing would be wiped.
I appreciate if you wouldn't do that.
I'll try not to. But like she wiped that tower, but she didn't. Instead, she hacked. Like what powers of magnetism hack? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's kind of a ex machina. There's like, well, we need something to work. Let's do this.
Yeah, she's not a technopath. She's a technopath. Okay, I get it. You're not a technopath. You're the power of magnetism. You're kidding me.
Yeah. So she finds out that wannabe Gambit is going to the liquor store every single day at the same time.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic.
I don't know what the liquor laws in Atlanta are. They're in Atlanta, or they're outside Washington.
They're in Washington.
I don't know what the liquor laws are in Washington.
I don't know
because if he's going at 10:30, well, I'm not worried about 10:30. What time you can sell?
Yeah.
Because if he's going at 10:30, we're here in Texas. You can't go to the liquor store after 9.
Is that true?
Yeah, 9 o'clock. No more. You can buy beer till midnight, but liquor only till 9 p.m.
I feel like Washington, you can still buy it.
I don't know.
Also, this is probably like alternate universe or whatever, different laws. My problem with this fool was, can I see your bottle, please?
Yeah.
My problem is, who the hell walks around holding a bottle like this? Yeah, I don't want to spill it. Yeah. Like, who walks around holding a bottle like this? Like, I'm inside now. And the cap, by the way, is open. Who walks around like this? Are you going to drink it? Like, it makes no sense. Like, why can't you hold it like this? You still see everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's... You're just jumping right into negatives on this one.
It made no sense. Like, those two things were like, the entire time I'm watching the show, I'm like, what? Like, it just took me completely out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not angry at you for that one. So now Polaris has talked to Marcos.
Yes.
Said, this is where he goes. This is what he does. Go get him.
Yeah.
Marcos goes to get him. And as soon as he goes, I'm just going to put on my seatbelt. I was like, no, he's not.
I thought whenever he was just going to put on a seatbelt, he was going to, like, gambify, like,
yeah,
something.
That's what I thought. I didn't see gun.
No, I didn't see Gunn.
Did not see Gunn at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just pulls it out and pop, and then we just see a whole lot of... I thought Marcos was dead.
Yeah, I thought we were getting Marcos. I was like, oh, Marcos is effed.
Yeah.
Nope. Wannabe Gambit's dead.
Yeah.
Marcos blew up the car. And now he's got to go back to the Morlocks and get his blood back.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
He got shot, and I'm like, is he going to be like, hey, girl, can I get some of that blood back, please? I need a little bit. Does mom need to go back to the clinic to do another blood transfusion? Like,
and the purifier's going to show up there again?
I'm sure the purifiers live there now.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So.
But, I mean, or they're trying to restore that really, really crappy wall that was made. You saw that, right? Where whenever Erg, like, blasted those two guys, that wall broke like cardboard.
Oh, yeah.
That was a full-on WWE, like, Braun Strowman going right into Roman Reigns in a fake wall.
All right, I thought you were going hardcore title 24/7 where they built sets.
Oh yeah,
and you could see that there weren't offices because there were no roofs.
Yes, yes. Oh, there was another one that I watched recently. I think it was Brock Lesnar and Matt Hardy. And Brock Lesnar's old school. Brock Lesnar, he like threw Matt Hardy into like a fake wall, and you can see before the fake wall or before he throws it into the fake wall, it's just like lines. I'm just like, yeah, that's a fake wall. It's obvious. Even the colors don't look the same. Thrown straight through it. That was cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad little set.
Yeah.
All right, storyline C.
Yes.
Lauren.
Honestly, I feel like this is more like storyline A, just based off of the title.
But that's why we're talking about it last.
Yeah,
it's the main event. This is what's going on here. That she is fighting so hard because Andy has got the triplets going in there and trying to get her. And this I really was sitting there going, I'm like, yo, she hiding from Freddy, yo. Like, this was some Nightmare on Elm Street.
It was.
Ish.
She was drinking coffee, she was drinking energy drinks, she was just running around, just trying to not be sleepy. But I think my main problem with this is that I just wish that we would have been able to see, like, the first time that, you know, she was in that dream.
Yeah, they jumped right into this.
Yeah, it seemed like at this point that this was like the second or third time.
Yeah, like this has been going on.
And I gotta say, you know, she looked haggard. So like the makeup people and her, the actress, you know, Natalie Allen, I think both of them did a very excellent job making it known that this girl is just about to pass out at any moment. And then you can even tell, like, her judgment is getting, like, really skewed. And I think it's a mixture of, like, sleep deprivation and the fact that she's feeling that that temptation to have, like, to reunite with that handshake.
And it's and not only that, it's that Andy's in her mind.
Yeah.
And it's not just Andy. Like, there's something else more powerful there. She doesn't know it's the triplets. Right. But they are really, like, going into her head.
Yeah. And we're working hard. They were working hard to, like, convince her to, like, join them.
Yes.
And it looked like it was starting to work. I don't know what per se were the words that finally convinced her.
I think it's really kind of just more along the line of her feeling the power in her dream.
And feeling complete for that one moment.
And it's like an like alcoholism or a drug addiction. Like addiction. You're just okay, that's it. I need this. I can't fight this anymore.
She got her fixed.
She's fallen off the wagon.
Right.
That's what it is. And she's got to go get this now. Probably shouldn't have left a note. Maybe.
If you're going to go. You know? Like, I will say, too, that the whole train situation... Or not the train, the bus stop situation...
Pointless.
That was superfluous. Like, I didn't need that.
Yeah. Redundant.
It did nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I thought she was going to go out and go to war on these cops.
Sure.
But...
And we were going to see bad, you know...
like her, like, using the power, going all out, like she did with the cops in the last episode when Central Services showed up. And she's like, nah, I got this. Zoom, 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 bubbles, let's go.
Right.
I thought she's like, I'm going to mess y'all up. But nope, she just, I'm going to go now.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think I am apologist for Natalie Ellen. If you ever think she's not doing good, I'm like, nah, she is doing good.
I don't even think that was her fault. I think that was
kind of story.
Director/writer issue.
But she like I keep saying it, she's so dialed in on this character, and she's so even when the character's not doing something that the character would normally do, I feel like this is how this character would be reacting. And when we get to negatives, you're going to see why that is such a positive for me, because I have some major negatives about characters in this.
I see.
So Dad and Thunderbird are tracking her down, trying to find her.
Yeah.
And we find out that Dad has really felt this before with the music box.
Yeah, well, before we get into that, I will say, I do want to talk about... No, we'll talk about negatives. But yes, so Dad has felt it, and we found that in the last episode, that Dad felt that power with the music box and how it affected him hearing the old school X-Men theme song, and how it created, his abilities again to manifesting. So I don't... See, whenever he was saying, like, I know this, I know what you're feeling, like, I still didn't feel like he did. Like, because even the whole, like, gravitation to the music box, I don't think is the same thing as the gravitation to ultimate power.
I got it as in, like, as soon as he heard it in the last episode, his power started getting stronger again.
Yeah.
And that's something that's in him pushing those powers out.
Sure.
So he's having that need to use those powers because of this box.
Yeah.
Which is why when Mom got back on that last episode, she was like, I feel like you had a lot more of this. What happened? Like, he had used so much of it.
Yeah. Well, now he's sharing it with Lauren. Because
he's brought Lauren back. We stopped Lauren. Like, we have this heart-to-heart moment, which was such an incredible moment. I really enjoyed. And now she's taken this would-be cure almost. And I do just gotta say, why is there always a cure in X-Men stuff? Like you get to the point that you're just like, okay, is X-Men, like, are mutants just, you just need some Tylenol? Because there's always a new cure. Like, there's always a cure.
I feel like there has to be, just because the mutant ability, there needs to be some sort of suppressant, some sort of weakness. It's kind of like that Superman issue. You had this character that was ultimately invincible. Yeah. So what do? You have to create a weakness. You create kryptonite. Yeah. So it's...
See, but with kryptonite, it's always the same. It's the same rock. It's the same thing every time. This time it's like, well, we developed a new cure. We've now developed a new cure. There's always a new damn cure.
There is, but again, like, it's just I think. But with that,
this was more of a suppressant.
Yes.
But.
Well, I was about to attribute to, like, antibiotics. So many, you use the same antibiotics so many times, your immune system starts to get used to it.
True.
And so that virus, isn't affected by those antibiotics. So you always have to switch it up, get a new one. The flu shot. Every year it's a different strain, because every year it's your body's getting used to it.
True story. Never had a flu shot.
I had one recently because I was going overseas.
See, I went overseas still to get a flu shot.
Well, you went to UK. That's not the same thing. I went to Asia. You kind of need to get the flu shot when you go to Asia.
I guess. I don't know why you go overseas. Those stupid long flights.
It's an amazing trip.
So yeah, that really did throw me off, and we'll get into predictions on that. But I really did enjoy the episode. I had a lot of fun with it, and I look forward to where we're going with this.
I just like that she took the suppressant so she could get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I think, I got a nap. Like, can I just sleep? And then I liked Andy's.
Yeah,
I'm disconnected. I'm like, that was overacting, Andy.
I actually like that we knew, like he felt something, like a whoa, like a shiver in a way. Because, like, I was curious about that. Like, is he gonna know? And then, sure enough, like, I was like, oh, he does know. Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, very no Turner.
No
Reva.
We didn't need them.
Yeah,
really. And they're coming back next episode. We saw that in the preview.
We saw Reva's back. I didn't see Turner. Did
we? Turner's back. He's part of the raid of the Morlocks.
Oh, that's right. It's our raid of the Morlocks. Okay, so all right. So negatives. What do you have? You said you wanted to talk about something.
Yeah. Okay. So I already talked about the bottle holding and the fact that Polaris powers of magnetism is not actually gonna screw up technology. But the other problem I had with it happened really early on in the episode, and There's a positive and a negative with this. The positive is that the fact that we got to see more of the underground. Mm-hmm. I just thought that was cool. You had Thunderbird and you had Eclipse, and they were holding some sort of session and seminar with all the rest of the underground leaders. And that was cool to be able to see the different mutants. Don't know any of them, but still cool to see. But the negative was the camera shot.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
I hated it, and I'm like, is it because you're using such a very enclosed set?
It was almost that '70s show.
It was, yes, it was. That was that '70s show where they're just like right up on the camera, and they're just like, "What's happening? What's going on? Oh my God, what is your thought process here?" Like, I hate that. Like, and you hate it right now too because you're just like, "Why are you in the front of the camera?" And it's the same thing. Why would you do that? That's such a terrible shot. I hate it.
Awful.
Yes.
Yeah, I do agree. That was really random because it's not something they've ever done before.
No.
So it was a weird choice to.
It was. I really feel like it was that overcrowded feeling of being in that tight space, having too many people in that tight space, and not realizing that you needed to be in a bigger area to capture everything.
And not having a blunt to be passed around.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Like, why weren't they all in a circle where it was just like, yeah, it's dumb, man. Like, at first I thought, like, man, is this some, like, director of photography who's like, I saw this one time. I'm going to try it here. But then, just seeing the room, I just feel like they just didn't really realize how much space that they had. But that was rough.
But any other negatives?
I think I've talked about most of the negatives throughout the show, but yeah.
My major negative, I've been starting to develop this over the last couple episodes. You know how I said I wanted more of Polaris' turn? I wanted it to take a little longer?
Yeah.
Her character has been very inconsistent. Mm-hmm. Like, she's never been that whiny, I'm afraid character. And now all of a sudden she constantly has, like, almost crying face.
Yeah, whenever, like...
And just fear.
When the guy, like, just approached her, not nonchalantly, by the way, like, where he was just like, yeah, maybe you were in my room. She was just like, whatever. Well, see, and then walked off and was just like...
Yeah, look, and when she brought the knife up and got in his face, that was Polaris.
Yes.
But everything surrounding that and her, and the immediate, we're just perfectly fine between Marcos and her, I don't like, because it doesn't feel consistent with the character whatsoever. Yeah, that's why I'm really enjoying what Natalie Alyn Lind is doing, because everything she does, it still feels consistent of what Lauren would be like.
Right.
But all of a sudden, Polaris was locked up and still giving everybody shit.
Right.
So, and every time she's tried out, it has always been more of a, like, animalistic, I have so much built up, I have to let it out kind of cry. And now this is I'm afraid. You're Magneto's daughter. Yeah. You're not afraid.
So, last season, she was a very powerful and integral character. She was very strong. Nothing can hurt her. I've got, like, pretty much steel-plated armor.
Yeah.
You can't get through this. You can't pierce this. Now this season, and maybe it's what happens whenever you ultimately have a child. Maybe there are certain, like, protections that maybe wear down a little bit. I don't know. I mean, it just never happened to me. But I still feel like, though, that she's just too vulnerable. Like, there are those vulnerabilities that are not consistent with the character. And the Marcos thing, it was a little quick that they got back, and they're all, like, lovey-dovey again. But I do feel like there were little instances that helped them get there, especially the raid on the Purifiers where they were at each other's odds. It got a little quick.
But after I feel like they want to push this almost love triangle.
Yeah.
But they're not pushing it. It's like, should we push it? Should we not? We don't know. It's like they're indecisive of what they want to do with that.
Yeah.
And so that's messing with the character development
right.
Of Polaris to me.
Yeah, and Polaris isn't one that would call and just be like, I'm worried. He suspects something.
No.
It's like, no. Like, when Polaris was, like, talking about how she was royalty.
Yeah.
That's Polaris. That's Polaris. But all of this, unsureness and just, save me, damsel in distress.
Yes.
She's not a damsel in distress. And that's
that is a perfect. That's perfect. See, I didn't even think of that. That's exactly what it's almost turning into, and I don't like that.
That she's never been that.
No.
So don't make her out to be.
Absolutely, dude. That's spot on right there.
Mm-hmm.
Spot the freak on. But yeah, so that has been my major negative going through this season so far, and these last couple episodes it has really stuck out to me.
Yeah. For sure, definitely. And I think it's been since she got back with Marcos or realized Riva's ultimate plan, kind of.
I guess. Yeah. All right, so I guess that's really it. What do you think going forward? What's happening in 2 weeks? We're off for 2 weeks.
It turns out like it's an okay thing that it's off for 2 weeks because you would have been out again. It's all right.
Well, I mean, I get back from New York on Tuesday, so I would have been here, but I would have been
so tired. Yeah. So anyway, getting back to it, I think that in 2 weeks it's going to be interesting because we've got this raid on the Morlocks, but I need to know how will the Purifiers find their way there? Because so far, the Purifiers seem to have what? Do they have a mutant on their team that like can automatically like? Does he have self-loathing, and so he's like, "Oh, I know where everybody is."
Well, it's. I mean, they're still working with Riva. Theoretically,
but
their leader is working with Riva. So
sure, but why would Riva want the Morlocks dead? That makes no sense. They don't do anything.
Not necessarily, because we know that the Morlocks are getting closer and closer to working with the.
Oh, and you know what? The Morlocks did attack the Purifiers, even though the Purifiers shot first. But whatever. Anyway,
Riva could see them as a possible threat to her plan,
or it could be that they press her. As in, like, they go up to her and be like, we need to know where these mutants are, blah, blah, blah. And Riva's just like, fine, whatever, here you go, I don't care.
I see Riva be way too strong of a character to do that.
Yeah, I think it might be, though, that it's more of like, hey, look, I've helped you so far, you helped me, we need these people. They can write it in a certain way to make it
My thought process would be of Riva sees them as a threat. Because they are working with the underground. I think this has really, with them being able to see Mom coming in there and giving her the M, it's kind of like, okay, they're going to start working together.
But we've seen that. They wouldn't have seen that.
Oh yeah, think about that can happen. That can happen first half of the episode.
We gotta see. And then I really feel like we're gonna have some sort of confrontation that is going to require Lauren's powers.
And she's not going to have it. It already looks like, because they're being attacked by them cops or whatever it is. And she's like, they're not going to back down. And Mom's just like, neither are we. Boom.
Yeah.
I love Mom this season, man. Didn't think that would be a thing, but I did.
Mom's been great. Honestly, it's kind of weird reversal because like I think I like Dad more in the last season. This season I hate Dad. Yeah. And I like him Mom.
Exactly.
So it's a weird little struggle there.
Anyway, it's exciting. We're going to be back in 2 weeks for another episode. Matt, put yourself over. What's going on? What's new? What do you have?
Yeah, you can find me on all social media at Move the Joystick. I'm really excited. This weekend, we got the Royal Rumble, which means that we've got an episode of Go Home. Royal Rumble is my favorite WWE pay-per-view, so I'm really into that. Other stuff that's going around, don't forget to check out Cinelinx.com very soon. We're going to have a lot of content with, I don't know, a certain Kingdom Hearts 3 related content
that's
coming.
Actually not going to
happen. It's going to be real good. It's coming out. I hate you. Not you.
They're going to cancel Kingdom Hearts again. They're going to push it back. What day does it come out?
January 29th.
Oh, January 28th. It has been pushed.
Anyway.
That's why you haven't gotten the copy to it?
Not happening! Shut your mouth. I'm going to get it. Anyway, guys, that's me. Don't forget to check out Cinelinx.com. Don't forget to check out Rob on Channel Control as well. We love him. We love the show that we do over there every single week. Yeah, that's all I got.
And you guys know where you can find me.
I have one more. Sorry, but go ahead.
Go.
Real Outreach. We really need some donations right now because our next event is going to be Captain Marvel. And what are we doing? We have teamed up with an all-girls charity to bring out some foster children. These girls, these really strong, powerful girls to go see another strong, powerful woman in Captain Marvel. We're going to take them to a screening, but we need your help with funding. So please go ahead and donate today. Go to realoutreach.com. Find out all the information right there. We do have a GoFundMe going on right now. You can find it by going to @realoutreach on Twitter as well.
That's right. We're going to take these young, impressionable women to go see a very strong woman's movie and watch that very strong woman punch out a grandma. You can find me on all social media at Real Jackass BC. RealJackassBC. I will be in New York this weekend, but like Matt said, Go Home will be up on Friday. It is what it is. Goes up tomorrow, Thursday, where it will be a kind of a clip show of everything I was doing while in London, plus the second half of my interview with Matt that did not show up last week.
It's a makeup interview. It's a makeup episode.
It's not a makeup episode. It's just going to be...
You forgot it. You forgot this episode when you went to the UK.
Yeah, it was supposed... But that's not meaning... A makeup episode would be... I'm posting it another time or something. I see. This is just going to be a longer episode because it's going to have all my excerpts from the UK as well as... I think we talked about 25 minutes about your trip to Singapore. Nice. So that's going to be on there as well. Go Home will be up on Friday. And Jackass 1 on Monday. We're talking Star Wars, that Vader fan film.
Yeah, we'll get right into that. I do find it funny, though, that it is what it is. It's going to be like the bad parts of traveling and then the great parts of traveling.
Oh, no, I'm relatively positive on some of the... I talk about some of the things I enjoyed in the UK, just not a lot of it. But anyway, guys, it's been great. We will see y'all in 2 weeks. No show next week, but 2 weeks we'll be back. Gifted Talkers.